Hello, Shatling. I just found a text interaction on Reddit that had me giggling. This is something that is very near and dear to my heart as somebody who doesn't want kids. I am asexual. Not only do I not want kids, but I also don't think I would be a good parent considering that I am autistic, I have ADHD, and I even struggle to take care of myself. So, kids, it's just not something that's on the table for me. It's not something that I consider. And I have received hate comments when I talk about such things. If any of you have seen my one video where I unpack the very misogynistic comments that I received on a certain stream clip that I posted, thought nothing of it, posted the stream clip talking about how I don't want kids and that sexism is bad, and I received a lot of hate comments, specifically around me not wanting kids. So this is something that is very near and dear to my heart. I feel like I'm qualified to speak on it as somebody who has received hate and as somebody who does not want kids, yet is still in a relationship happily. It can be done. It can be done. Keep that in mind. Do not abandon your boundaries or values just because you think you can't do any better, okay? Anyway, let's get into the meat and potatoes because this had me giggling. So, the lore here, these two individuals had matched on Hinge and they had been texting for 2 hours. And it looks like it's going okay, right? We have most moms can. Do you have any siblings? The guy says, nope, only child. What about you? She says, same. And then he replies, nice! Very enthusiastically. OMG. That's so funny. That reminds me when you're trying to get along with someone, like let's say you're trying to hit on someone, you're like, what's your favorite color? Oh, it's green. Really? Oh my gosh, wait. My favorite color is green too. Wait, it's like we're perfect for each other or something. I think this means we have to kiss. Anyway. OMG. Okay, so she says, what? He says, how many kids are you going to want? That's a little brazen. That's a little brazen. Asking that to somebody that you met 2 hours ago on Hinge. Hey, so when we get married and, settle down, how many kids do you want us to have? I just want to, map out my future so I can be prepared for anything. After 2 hours of talking, by the way, she replies, okay, so here's my thing. I'm not 100% sure on kids. So, not only is this a completely reasonable boundary to have, to say as a woman, I just don't want kids. That's valid. That is 1,000,000,000% valid. But not only that, she also doesn't even outright say that she'll never have kids. She just says she's not 100% sure. So, this is a very reasonable message. Very reasonable. Do you think that he's going to react nicely to this? Take a guess. He replies, oof, ... And she says, they stress me out. Which is completely valid. Not only is having children stressful. I'm pretty sure there is no parent on this planet that has not once ever been stressed by taking care of their children. I feel like that's a pretty natural experience when it comes to raising kids. But in addition to them being stressful, having kids takes a huge toll on the body of the person that is giving birth to them. So, I am so passionate about defending women who don't want to have kids. People that don't want to have kids in general. Nobody is required to have kids. I have nothing but respect for mothers, but it's a choice. It's a choice, and nobody should be shamed either way. Moving on, he says, I'm not sure how to feel about that TBH ... And she replies, and I don't want them in the way of my career, which is also extremely valid and something that I also talked about in my video, where I discussed not wanting kids, not thinking I could take care of them, not wanting to give up my passions. This is a huge point. She says, which is so fair. If it's a deal breaker, I totally understand. So she's validating his message. She's saying, yeah, it's totally fine if you don't want kids. She's saying it's okay. She's saying if that's a deal breaker for you, I totally understand. So this is respectable. This is very respectable and polite behavior. She is giving him an option, saying if that's a boundary of yours, that's valid, and you can go about your life. Do you think he's going to respond well? Take a guess now, take a guess. It's starting to heat up. It's not quite bubbling over yet, but it's starting to heat up. He says, "It is TBH. Fuck. I wish you would have told me ahead of time. I really had my hopes up with you." Mind you, she had it listed on her Hinge profile that she did not want kids. So maybe this guy's attention span was so rotted that he couldn't just go to the trouble of observing her profile, skimming through it. Maybe he was just so eager to get straight to texting her that they matched. He closed his eyes, navigating through her profile, and just found the phone number. I don't know how Hinge works. And then started texting. Because apparently he did no digging on the profile of this woman that he is romantically interested in. She said, "We literally just started talking, lol." Which is extremely valid to say. They have had 2 hours of interaction, ever. And he's talking like they were engaged or something. "I really had my hopes up with you. I thought you were gonna be the one. After 2 hours of interacting with you." "We literally just started talking, lol." He replies, "I'm sorry?" She says, "Don't apologize. It is early on, though. I hope you find the girl and have an amazing family." And then the heart hand emoji, which is super wholesome and valid. Shout out to this individual because she handled this so well. That's just such a polite response. Such a polite response. Respecting the fact that they both have different values, different boundaries, different desires in life, which is totally fine. And, alright, he says, "I understand that. However, you seemed super kind and sweet and actually different from other women I've talked to." What does that have to do with her wanting kids or not? I can't tell if he's trying to imply, not having kids conflicts with her being nice. Like, if you don't want kids, then you're supposed to be mean or something. Or maybe he's just so stuck in denial where it's like, but I want to have kids with you because you're nice. So you should just switch your boundaries because you're nice and I want to have kids with you. But it honestly seems like he's trying to assert that being nice and kind should mean that she wants kids, which is really funny. Oh boy, it's about to get real heated. This is where the dam breaks. He says, "So yeah, I did have my hopes up. Go fuck yourself, asshole." What a great way of handling this. She's been nothing but kind so far. Extremely reasonable, extremely polite, respecting that they both have boundaries that are valid. Go fuck yourself, asshole. Nice guys never win. It's so unfair. She says, "OMG," which is valid. Where the fuck did this come from? He replies, "Stupid ass biffch." He was so angry that his hands were shaking and he couldn't even type properly. "Stupid ass biffch." And then she says, "Whoa." And then that's the end of it. It just boggles my mind how angry some men will get when your boundaries don't align with theirs. It is completely valid for two people to have different boundaries and different things that they want in their life. One person can want kids, another person cannot want kids, and that can peacefully coexist. Everybody has a right to boundaries. And it blows my mind how angry some men will get over this simple fact that people can have different boundaries. You're not entitled to someone just because they're nice and you want to date them. Getting mad that somebody has boundaries that don't align with yours is actually insane. I think that person might have anger management issues, maybe, because that reaction was extremely disproportionate to the issue at hand. That just had me giggling, and it really reminded me of the video that I posted, where it was super reasonable. Like, yeah, I respect mothers, but I just really don't want kids, and I think that sexism is bad, and I think that objectifying women is bad. That was pretty much most of my points summed up. And the comments were very passionate. It's like I had come out there and just proclaimed that I hated mothers and that anybody who had kids was a terrible person. It was so baffling to me. And it's a nice parallel where the reaction from the misogynistic incels is extremely disproportionate to what actually occurred. Anyway, this had me giggling. Thank you for joining me, Twin. Make sure to be kind to yourself and take care of yourself. And follow my Twitch. Okay. Bye, Twin. Mwah!